This black man, I'm gonna say this right now. If you're a white person standing within 100 miles of another black person, you're not the least racist person. NANI? Dynamite! I've said it once and I'll say it again. This is the Identity. Thanks for watching. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to put a person who has a gun, taser, pepper spray, handcuffs, baton, flashlight in a school. Because after Uvalde, we've proven that police, even when they're there, are obsolete. The amount of school shootings that happen with officers and SROs on campus, obsolete. Furthermore, if you wanted police on campus, they should be at the front door and all exits. That would be the most optimal place. And you should hire social workers to handle the children, because social workers aren't threatening. Social workers, by default, can't brutalize you. Social workers, dare I say, have an expertise in handling mental crisis. Want to know why social workers have those expertise and police don't? Because social workers have degrees. Social workers are required to have 90 hours of certification per certification. Unlike our officers who spend 60% of their training on offensive tactics and only about 14% on defensive de-escalation tactics. Maybe that's why they're not so good at talking. But here we have a situation, and I'll give you the TLDR. A kid basically gets maced and grabbed by his dreads and pulled downstairs by SRO because a coach felt a teacher felt uncomfortable. But my concern isn't so much with this. It's obvious the officer's wrong. He maces a person who's not even that. This dude like maced him, because at this point, that's what I expect. When I see a cop with a young black person who they've already disregarded to the system of being, he's a problem. He's this. Because the moment you don't respect an officer, you're considered a criminal. You don't respect police, you're a criminal. And this happened to me the other day when an officer said hello to me as I was leaving a grocery store. And he was just like, "You're not," I said hello. I said, "Who the fuck are you?" And he's like, "Whoa, watch your mouth." I said, "Do I look like a child to you? Do I look like someone that would sue you out of existence? Do not confuse me to be one of these peasants because I'm shopping here. This is the only place I could find 2 for $1 on the fucking exact oil change that I wanted. So don't get it twisted." And when it dawned on him that, not only is this guy bigger than me, he is better than me. I'm bigger, I'm better, stronger. And then it dawned on his ass, and he put his hands on his shirt and said, "Yeah, whatever." Yeah. Walk the fuck off. It's crazy how they think that because they have the badge that they think they... No. I don't even call a cop. Crazy. But I want to talk about how in this video...
Teacher, and as a person of...
I want to talk about the body language and the feelings of this video. Because there's a lot of failures.
So with that being said, my guy that's he was born. What happened? We're playing kickball game, he wouldn't play. So as soon as the basketball's coming out, he comes out here and wants to play basketball. So I come up to him, I'm like, "Tauris, you said you were sick." He said, don't approach me like that. I said, "I'm a teacher. I can approach you how I want to." I didn't do it disrespectfully. I just asked him a question. And then I try to go over here. He goes over here, and I try to walk him outside to get him one-on-one. And he's at the basketball, and it comes to me.
So let's be clear. This kid didn't punch, steal, curse, fight anyone. He simply said, "Don't approach me like that." And this teacher felt the need to isolate him to make sure that he gets his feelings off. So however this teacher approached him, he does feel it. All he had to do as a teacher is put a 0 for the day under his PE course. His limited once-in-a-lifetime passer course of PE. Put a 0. But it's not about failing the student because you failed him long before by writing him off. It's about making sure he knows his place. Because this is, could you imagine, this is an officer's body cam. You called an officer because a kid sat on the bench during kickball, but now wants to play basketball. Maybe he doesn't want to play kickball. Give him a 0. Give him a half. Oh, whatever. You want to play basketball, not kickball? Oh, okay, cool. I'll, you know what? I was going to give you a 0 for today, but I'll give you half. But once again, you're not a teacher because you want to help kids. You're a teacher because it pays the bills and you want to feel important because you're a gym teacher. Let's be honest. He's black. He's more athletic than any kid you'll ever train. We just got it like that. So that's the premise. He's complaining about that.
I grab the basketball, and then he sort of bucks on me and comes at me into my face.
Why'd you feel the need to grab the basketball from him? Oh, because he didn't pay you that respect that you felt you were owed.
And he won't talk to him.
He's telling on himself. You escalated that by trying to snatch the ball away from him. That's a sign of disrespect. So yeah, don't approach him like that.
And he says, "You're a racist motherfucker, and I'll kick your fucking ass." Quote. You can ask Katie. I ain't put up that shit. But I want to have a conversation in front of you with him. Because he got to know he was wrong. And
he has to know he's wrong. He just has to know he's wrong.
I just got to switch to this class because the administrators, my counselor, whoever can't hire a teacher for my institute. My institute, I've been taking all 4 years. Mr. Blaylock.
A focus needs to be put on this black teacher because he's the ultimate failure. He is the ultimate failure. I want to say something, and this might sound controversial. If you're a black teacher, you have an obligation to all black students. Period. You have a moral, objective, just everything. For every situation that might happen, you got to give the black person the benefit of the doubt. In a system designed to make sure there's a pipeline between black students in jail, you got to be the defense. You got to be the hard defense. But the mediocre, timid, passive, bullshit ass response furthering when the child is being assaulted, his inability to step in is mind-boggling to me. Why are you a teacher? You're literally there to protect black children. You can protect all of them in general, but you gotta make sure you're paying attention for the ones who are more than likely going to be targeted.
Taking it for 4 years. It ain't my fault if they can't hire another teacher, keep a teacher in that class. Okay. Gotcha. So with that being said, my guidance counselor put me in here. Okay. Not knowing that I told him I wasn't feeling good. Came to him about that. That was already done on about. Yes. Done on about. He left alone. Okay, cool. We cool. I'm up there in the bleachers sitting down. Finally when I come down from off the bleachers, you want to come at me aggressively. What happened to you? You supposed to be in the bleachers. Like, that's not how you talk to me.
What's facts? Why are you talking to him? He's finally, like, it's mindless. He says, "Hey, I can't participate." Goes to the bleachers. He finally ready to participate, and you're complaining. You're mad because he didn't want to do the thing you wanted him to do. He wanted to play basketball. You know, something that gravitates to him, maybe? Not fucking kickball.
You could be a good citizen, but be aware. When you talking to me, it's respect.
So what happened after that?
After that, it wasn't nothing else to discuss. I walked off and continued on what I was doing. I'm not finna talk to a good old citizen. You could have your little, you feel me? That's not gonna resolve nothing. If I'm not doing that, if I'm minding my own business, don't come at me no type of way. And how you bumped up against me like that?
You're talking to
How
us.
you bumped up against me like that?
As a teacher, you didn't play our organized game.
I told you I wasn't feeling good. That was the end of what you said, what you discussed. I'm minding my own business. I walked out.
Can I have a word? Okay, our organized game, you didn't play. I asked you why you didn't play. You told me you didn't feel well. I didn't buck on your name. I said, okay, that's fine. Next thing you know.
You didn't buck on him. You go lunging for the ball is bucking on him. He's telling on himself. If someone lunged toward a ball that I was holding, you're bucking on me. This guy's an idiot.
No, the basketball's come out and now you're on the floor. So I came up to you and I was like, I thought you were sick when we were playing kickball. And now you're not sick anymore. And that's when you went from here to like that. And you shut it down and I couldn't talk to you. And that's where we are. I asked you a question. I said, I thought you were sick when we were playing kickball. And
okay, so what's the problem here? What is the problem? What is the problem here? You didn't want to play kickball, now you're playing basketball. What's the problem? Why did you have to come approach? It's so crazy.
And then you went, and you changed twofold. Like I was coming at you. And then you said, don't come at me like that. I was like, I'm asking you a question. I'm not coming at you. If I came at you, you know it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm 50 years old. I'm too old for that stuff, okay? I've been doing this for 26 freaking years. All right? You got a little bit of experience. So you think I'm coming at you, you're totally wrong, 100%. But as a teacher...
And now, remember, they calmed him down when he started getting animated. He's now pointed that radio and his fingers at him 4 times. And this guy is sat here idly letting him antagonize him with those hand gestures. Because when he did it, it was a problem. But now he's doing it. Now it's cool with it. But when I do it, it's a problem. You see how they don't respect him? Like, this kid probably thinks he's fucking being gaslight. Like, he's like, come with me with respect. And they're like, we are respecting you. We are respecting you. Do what we say. They've never dealt with black people. It's so apparent. And this dude is being trained to ignore black emotions.
And as a person of respect, that I do respect these kids, you ask any kids in here, and you call me racist, I'm the least racist person in the school.
That statement right there. You could ask any of these kids, and this is the part where then this lets you know what made him mad. He was called racist. And this guy right here, his reaction says it all. He's looking away because he doesn't believe it. Furthermore, this black man, I'm going to say this right now. If you're a white person standing within 100 miles of another black person, you're not the least racist person in the room, in the area, in a radius of 50 miles. You're just not. If you're a white person, you're definitely going to be behind. Okay, you might be in front of Candace Owens, but you're definitely not going to be in front of a normal black person. That's a racist statement in itself. And the fact that it doesn't dawn on this guy is further proof of his inability to be someone. I would never let this person around another black person again. They're all in danger. Listen to this sentence.
I said, I thought you were sick. We were playing kickball. And then you went, and you changed twofold. Like I was coming at you. And then you said, don't come at me like that. I was like, I'm asking you a question. I'm not coming at you. If I came at you, you know it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm 50 years old. I'm too old for that stuff, okay? I've been doing this for 26 freaking years. All right? You got a little bit of experience. So if you think I'm coming at you, you're totally wrong, 100%. But as a teacher and as a person of respect, that I do respect these kids, you ask any kids in here, and you call me...
Notice he said, I respect these kids. Not respect all kids. I respect these kids.
Racist? I'm the least racist person in the school. You ask anybody around here, black, white, or indifferent. Kids, young kids, adults. I guarantee you, I treat this man with the same respect that they treat me. Don't call me racist. As a teacher, you're my student. I ask you a question.
Why can't he call you racist if you're being racist? You can't tell me that there's not some bias here. Why are you picking on this guy? Why aren't you leaving this alone? And from here, it just devolves into him going up to the steps and
got really upset. That's where we're at.
That's exactly what I did from the moment I came in this class. You had something on me when I asked if you could open up the doors.
What
Your
door?
question was regarding to why this, why that, and I gave you a simple question in return, but you wanted to go further with the
Now, the only question I asked you was, why could you not play our game? I'm not going to talk to you.
oh, now you don't
I
want
let
to
you
listen
talk. I let you say what you had to say. What
Yeah.
you said over there.
Yeah.
Supposedly, that's not what you said. You came to me aggressively, and I said I'm talking in the phone.
And this is the last part I just want to say. Stop not validating black kids. If he says he feels threatened, he feels threatened. If this was a white girl saying she felt threatened by a black teacher, would there even be a discussion? Nah, he's not seen as that. None of these people, and especially this fucking asshat. I really want this dude's name because he's the biggest failure of this. And even when he's being attacked, he still doesn't do enough. He's crazy to me. But like I was saying this before, even with this scenario, right? That officer who ended up macing him, he has a history of his own. And it's crazy how these police officers tend to just bounce around from place to place because lawsuit claims Hamilton County deputies strip searched and groped minors at traffic stop.
The lawsuits keep piling on a Hamilton County Sheriff's deputy. Tonight, this deputy faces more accusations. Daniel Wilkie is now named in 4 lawsuits. The latest involves a traffic stop where he's accused of strip searching 1 minor and groping 5 others. Kylie Thomas breaks down the allegations in this lawsuit. Kylie, good evening.
Yeah, tonight we're learning that 2 parents of those teenagers in that car tried to file complaints against Deputy Wilkie, but they never heard back, even after multiple calls. And according to this new lawsuit filed today, a 3rd teenager who tried to complain is now facing pushback tonight. Another teenager is suing Hamilton County and 2 deputies for how she says she was treated at a traffic stop in April.
This has been going on for several months.
Attorney Robin Flores says Deputy Daniel Wilkie is pulling people over on false claims.
And that's not the officer in the video, but that officer was on site when one of those girls were being groped and strip searched on the side of the road. He was sitting there idly watching this happen. So he doesn't have any and for him to be then transferred to a school, how would he know how to? Oh my, like in 100 years, when I'm fucking dust somewhere, I hope the history books just laugh at us. Like, oh my God, could you believe that they actually thought police were a good idea? Yeah, it's crazy. And even if you wanted police to put them inside of schools, crazy. For more episodes on this, it arrested named in the Wilkie officers, and that was Deputy Taylor, seen in the video last week as part of that lawsuit. So just so you know that there's a connection there. But the thing I really want to talk about is this: white rage.
It is corrosive. It operates through the state legislatures, through Congress, through the judiciary, through school boards. It cloaks itself in legalities. Because it's so quiet, it's so subtle, you don't see. And so I set out to blow graphite onto that fingerprint, to be able to trace white rage throughout time to 2016. And one of the things that became clear to me as I started thinking through how white rage works, it became clear to me that the presence of black people was not the trigger for white rage. It is the presence of black people with ambition. The presence of black people with drive. The presence of black people with aspirations. The presence of black people who achieve. It's the presence of black people who refuse to accept their subjugation.
Doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that sound like Sledge? Just refusing to be disrespected is enough for him to be snuffed out. Because he just didn't want to yield, because he didn't want to bend at the knee. They was willing to snuff this kid out. And that is explained through white rage. And I loved finding this and reading more on it. It was a great article. I read up on it. Man. The levels of depth that this woman has, I would fucking drown in a conversation with her. It'd be a pleasant death. But like I said, what's gonna happen? What's gonna come of this? There's no, once again, I'll say that there's no reason for an officer to be in the room, but I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. Is he wrong for wanting to be respected? Is he wrong for having this negative feeling? I don't think so. But if you're part of the people, then you're part of the people. You don't gotta explain everything.